Today I'm sharing with you my June reading wrap up, and in the month of June I read a total of 5 books, which I was hoping for more this month, but no, just 5. So I'm going to start with my lowest rated and then go up to my highest rated like I normally do. My first book is Grow Fruit and Vegetables in Pots. This is by Aaron Bertelson. I'm rubbish at names, can you see Bertelson? I gave this one 3.5 stars. I quite liked it. I love that it's a hardback and it's got a ribbon so you can keep your place mark. It tells you basically how to choose containers, how to start planting, and then like how to start different things like pruning and training, and then like how to plant cucumbers and like the different vegetables you can plant, and the herbs and the salads and things like that, which I found very interesting. It helped me a bit, but I wish there was a little bit more detail about like how much water to give stuff things. I looked at, because I'm trying to grow lettuce at the moment, and I looked on here and it doesn't really tell you how much water to give them. But then when I've looked on the internet, he said that, you know, they need to give a lot of water. But I wish if they mentioned it in here, it would have helped more. And the second half of the book is like recipes. Recipes from things that you can grow, from the things that... recipes that you can make from the things that you grow and things like that. Which I liked it, but I would have preferred the recipes to be in a separate book, if that makes any sense. Like just have this all about just pots and veg, how to actually grow them. So I gave that 3.5 stars. The next one after that was One Split Second. Now this one is by Caroline Bond, and I got it as an ebook on NetGalley, and also as a first reads book. I can't run it on a first reads. Can't say it properly. The first reads. Readers First is it called? Readers First, that's it. I won a copy. And I was really excited to win this because it looks really good. It starts off, it says, by 2:30 AM the whereabouts of most of the kids was known, most but not all. Because for a small handful of parents there was no response to their frantic calls and messages. No wordless reunions and fierce hugs. These parents, the truly unlucky ones, plunged headlong into an awful realisation that their child had been involved in the night's events. And that's all it says, basically. But it's basically about a group of friends who go to a party, and on the way home from the party, they are involved in a car crash. And as the story goes on, you see the parents going to the hospitals and things like that, dealing with the kids. And it also involves one of them dying, and one of the other children, well, I say children, but I think they were 18. He gets done for dangerous driving and manslaughter because of one, and how it's all about how that goes into details about that, and how the parents feel about this, and his dad and things like that. I liked it, but at one point in the middle, it dragged on a little bit too much about the one who was driving and his dad, and what his dad thought, and it went on and on and on, and that irritated me a little bit because his dad was all for him and not thinking about the other people who was involved. But it was an okay read. I've put a review of this on my blog, and a lot of people have commented back saying that they couldn't read anything like this because they have teenagers themselves, and it'll be too hard hitting for them. Which I understand. I have got a 15-year-old. Well, he's not driving yet, so I'm not at that stage quite yet. I gave this one 3.5 stars out of 5, but I must say I will read more Caroline Bond because I did like the way she wrote the book. Then after that one, I read an audio book which I borrowed from my library, which is The Foundling by Stacey Halls. I've actually got The Familiars up here somewhere, which I've not even read by her yet. So I've got loads on here that I still need to read. It's like ridiculous. I've got loads here, and I've got over there. It just doesn't matter. But anyway, that one I've listened to audio, and I really enjoyed it. It was about a woman called Beth. She's called Beth, and she has a baby, but she's quite poor. She's got no money. The man who got her pregnant, it was like a one night stand sort of thing. And it's set in the early 17th hundreds, I think. I'm not 100% sure now. But anyway, she's poor, so she leaves her baby, because she can't afford to bring her up, at the Foundling Hospital, which is a hospital where you're allowed to leave your child, and then once you're in a better financially stable condition, you can come back and claim your child and then take her home and look after them, basically. So anyway, it's been 6 years. Beth goes back to claim her child, but guess what? Someone has already been and claimed her, and apparently, according to them, the person who claimed her was her. So, and then it goes. This is not a spoiler, I wouldn't say, because it's most of the book, but she does find out who has took her daughter, and she goes and buys like a childcare for her, but Nick calls herself Eliza, and then she looks after her, and then it goes from there. I really enjoyed this book, and it shows you why the woman took her in the first place, why she claimed her as her own and things like that. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and as I listened to this audio, I really liked the voice, the narrator of Beth as well. She had a lovely voice, it really suited the character, so it actually made it even better for me. So that was 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read this one, A Beekeeper of Aleppo. I keep saying Apollo. Aleppo. I read this. It's by Kirsty Leftori. Did I say Kirsty? Christy Leftori. And I read this for my book club, Beth's Book Club, which you can find on Facebook. This one is one book that I would never ever think of picking up because I just don't like the sound of it, to be honest. It's about 2 refugees, Nori and his wife Afra, and they leave Syria because there is a war going on. They're trying to get to England, and to me, I didn't find that exciting, the story, but when I read it, I loved it. So I'm so glad I did. Yes, it's about Nori, basically. He's telling the story, and he's with his wife Afra. She's gone blind because their 3-year-old son has actually got killed by a bomb in Syria, and then she's gone blind because of the bomb. And it's how they overcome grief, overcome just everything that's going on with the wars and things, and how they just want to leave Syria and be safe and happy. And it's a really heartwarming story. I really loved it, and I really love the characters in it too. It's lovely. It's a lovely book, and I would love to read more from this author as well. So yeah, that was 4 out of 5 stars as well for me. It was a really good read. I also listened to this as well as reading it. I listened to it on audio as well, which I really like the narrator of Nori's voice. And when I was reading the book, I could actually imagine his voice in my head, which was making it even better. I really enjoyed both reading that as well as the audio at the same time. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars for that. And my last one is a 5-star read. Now this book actually come out a few years ago, about 5 years ago I think actually. But the reason I managed to read it, I got it off NetGalley, and the reason it's been put back on there is because they redid all the covers and had some new covers. The whole series, but I read the first one, come out on the beginning of June, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And that's the first ever book I've read by her, and I loved it. I can't even believe I've never even picked any of these books up. It was really lovely. It's about this girl called Feyre, and she lives with a dad and 2 sisters, and they're quite poor, and she has to go hunting for food. It's set like in, I don't know where it's set actually. It's like obviously it's fantasy. It's a fantasy book. And she has to go hunting, and she actually kills a wolf, which she thinks is a proper wolf for food. But then she finds out it is a high fae, which is from the fairyland, and you're not allowed to kill a high fae or fairies because humans are not against, say that they're separate worlds sort of. So anyway, another High Lord comes. He says because she's killed him, he's got to either kill her or take her back to live with him. So she goes and lives with him instead. And magically they fall in love. And it's all about everything, like there's a blight going on, there's the magic is getting, the powers are just what do you call the word? Distinguish. I can't say it. Distinguish. You know what I mean? And they've got to fight against this daft woman who's like ruling the magic things and making everyone do what she wants to do and putting curses on things. Oh, I just loved it. I'm not really into fantasy at all, but I really loved it. And I gave it 5 stars, and I cannot wait to read the others 4. There's 4 books in the series altogether, and I've heard that the 5th book is coming out next year. So I'm going to need to open catch up before the new books. And I want to buy them because that one I read on NetGalley as an ebook, and I want to get them all and put them on my shelves. So anyway, that's all I've read this month. I'm hoping July is better. I am halfway through 2 books so far, and I've got quite a few to read this month. I've got these ones. These ones on my to read list. I've got some more down here. I've got too many I need to read, and I don't know where to start. So I've got all the stuff. I've got lots of work to do as well. So I'm hoping I can fit them in somehow. So we'll see. I'll leave the links below where you can buy the books, and I'll also leave links. If I put a review on my blog, I'll leave the links to that. I will leave a link to my Amazon book wish list, because if you fancy buying me a book to read, and I will review it on here for you. And I think that's it. I'm hoping July I do read a lot more, so we'll see. Right, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye!